Hello everyone, it's Irene here. So let's try to do this for the second time with feelings since I got some technical issues in here. And for the sake of the video, I will have to say everything back again. Yes. I'm sorry for the people that are like watching the stream, but yeah. But yeah, we got like that issue. So, going back again. The name of this game is For Fuck's Sake, Another Northern Duke. This is a game for a mature audience. Yes, you will have some of those scenes, but I do not think that you're going to see them during our demo. So this game is available on itch.io and on Steam, but for you to download the demo, you need to go on itch.io. Steam page does not have the demo. There is also a second game to this game, which is with the second lead, okay? And I don't even know if that one is already out. Yeah, I'm not actually sure, but there's a demo for the second lead too, okay? And I actually have the demo in here too, but let's do this one and then we'll think about it. So, what do I want to say? This is a completely released, full released game. It's from back from 2024, and developer is Chthonic Chrome Studio, and it goes like story. Expelled from the modern world into a novel, you occupy the body of a minor villainess on her way to marry the beastly Duke of the North. Why does that sound familiar? Your mission? To have him falling for you should be easy, right? Or maybe this is all a dream. You decide. And they say that this is a blend of a fantasy, romance, slice of life, Otome visual novel. You will only have one love interest, which is our northern duke. Okay, so let's advance in here. In terms of the preferences, the settings. I mean, you don't actually have that much, but I think in the full release you probably have at least a bit more. And why am I saying this? Because they say that there is a way to toggle on or off the major content, and I do not have it in here. So I do suppose that the settings on the full released game are going to be a bit different. So let's start. You have a disclaimer in here that we already went through together. Sorry that I got that situation. So this is a content warning talking about that the game is going to have some content, you know. There's also a disclaimer telling you that you should not steal this game and you should not download it in an illegal way. It's not the case for us because I got this from itch.io and it's a demo version of the game, okay? And we are just doing this to play the game and even, if possible, promote it a bit, okay? So, if possible. So, if we do not choose a name, we end up being Beatrice. We have some customization. And let's start the game. For an autumn evening, it sure is cold as fuck. The streets are packed to the brim, forcing you to look for an alternate route. The rush hour supplies the stench of petrol, and the urban-like racket that accompanies you on your crowded beyond belief way back home. What a lovely day for your tired legs to suffer the extra distance just to avoid the traffic jam. A back alley is not the safest shortcut, but it is the fastest. And from several funnels, do you say it like this? Funnels. Oh. You pick the one that looks and smells the least unpleasant. Still, it's dank, dirty, and as luck would have it, it's far from unoccupied. The regular low-grade muggers you've come to associate with the area must all be having a smoke break, leaving behind a scrawny punk with a failed bleach job and an unfocused stare. Tacky tattoos and worn-out hand-me-downs, he doesn't seem much younger or dodgier than you. You almost think you'll be able to sneak past him unnoticed when he takes a step forward to cut you off. If it's the money you want. Well, good luck. How much does he think you have on you? Is this economy? Blah 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 blah. The guy disregards your attempt at a dry joke, staring pointedly at something over your shoulder. But there's nothing besides a concrete wall. You feel the coldness seeping through your clothes as you take a hurried step back and collide with it. No hard feelings, right? His gaze slides back to you, but the blasé expression on his face doesn't change even as he marches at you, one of his hands going towards the back pocket of his jeans. NPC number 39585. What is this? What is this crazy asshole on about? Hold on, is that a knife? I'm very confused in here. It sure is. He's holding it in a vice-like grip. He's on you before you can react without giving you the room to escape. One of his hands fists the front of your jacket. The other buries what feels like the entire length of the blade into your side, pulling it out just as fast, wet and slippery with the blood. Shit. Though you struggle and wriggle, pushing the thug off of you, his surprising strength sends you ricocheting backwards like a paper doll. 99 oft, one remaining. What is going on? What? He mutters under his breath, giving you just a single appraising glance as you topple to the ground before darting out of the alley. Hey! Scream all you want, neither the thug nor the passerby hear your voice, as it is drowned under the cacophony of the evening traffic. The pain spreads through you like lightning, doubling when you try to get back on your feet. Gritting your jaw, you half crawl out of the alley. You return to the main street just in time to see your attacker snake through the busy crosswalk, ignoring the red light only to swerve. Fuck. Right under a speeding truck. Karma sure is a bitch. What the hell is this? So this is like an Isekai one. It's not hell, at least you don't think it is. You are alive, pain-free, but dazzled. You know, the villainess one are always like the Isekai type. I don't know. Fuck. The thing is just said about pain lies. Your head collides with something cold and flat. Okay, so... is this even doing something? Because I'm doing this and I keep having the sound at the same amount in here. Okay, whatever, I have to deal with it. The thing is just said about pain lies. Your head collides with something cold and flat. A window. GM, are you for real now? This has got to be a joke. GM. Huh? GM is what we usually in the MMORPGs. That's what you call like your guild master. GM. Well, I do hope that in the full, I'm presuming the full is going to be lower. Okay, then I need to do something in here. Sorry. Let me check. Is it too much high for you? I don't think so. I think for you it's fine. It's for me because it's really loud on my ears. I need to put it a little bit lower. Otherwise, I'm going to feel it hard. Okay. So is this like a bird? Oh, it is. Flapping his wings when I like pass the cursor on it. Okay. If it isn't funny. What is this place? Another book? A novel this time? What? Who? Forcing your eyes to focus on what is before you, you glance around the confined space, noticing the dark, velvety interior and thick curtains on both sides. You are swaying back and forth. No, not at you, the vehicle. A carriage of sorts? Damn it all, you rat bastard, I did what you asked for. GM, answer me. In the corner of the seat in front of you, there's a yellow bird who's kicking at the wall. Ah, now it's smacking it with its wings. Before, like, who are you? Who are you? If the bird hears you, it ignores you completely, continuing its tirade, voice growing more and more irate. And why the hell am I a stupid bird? As the lamentation turns into a snarl, something in your brain connects. The voice, it's familiar, like you've heard it recently. But you can't connect it to a face laced with desperation as it is. GM, you fucking dick. Could it be the blonde guy that attacked us or something? I don't know, because like he's yellow, you know, and he's kind of like frustrated with something. I don't know. Yelling its poor little heart out, the bird forgets to hold onto the seat. When the vehicle drives over a bump, it sends the creature toppling forward. Unconsciously, you lean across the divide between the two seats and reach over towards the bird. Ah! The scream startles you, sending you backwards. Your body hits the seat, its softness cushions you completely. The bird shields itself with its wings, only to scoff once it looks past your face. Oh wait, it's only that stupid NPC. It sighs, disappointed. She won't get it. What a dumbass. Just like the rest of them. Oh yeah, now you remember that fucker. How could you ever forget? Yeah, he was the blonde guy. But he was like attacking us, saying that we were an NPC. Like, what? What's going on here? Yes, the yellow cartoonish looking bird staring at you is your killer, the same jackass that stabbed you and left you for dead. You're that fucking asshole who murdered me. Technically, I didn't kill you, you just bleed to death. Why are you stressing? Not like you can remember it anyways. What? Does it help you sleep at night when you have no conscience? Snarling out the words, you stand up, coming closer to the bird. No, to your killer. Actually, I sleep fine, thanks for asking. Well, I was, but now that I'm stuck in this stupid ass bird body... Cool sob story, but you want your answers, and you want them now. Why did you kill me? I didn't kill you, you were never alive to begin with. Ugh. And it's all your fault too. Couldn't you have, I don't know, died faster? That way that stupid truck wouldn't... Is he seriously blaming his death on you? Look, dipshit. My name is Dipshit. Really now. Not like I got a name to begin with. Fine, fine, it's KD. Kid? What? No, it's not Kid. Was it supposed to be like Kid? Kiddy? Key? Like in key and not K? Maybe it was supposed to be said like in KD. So it would sound more like Kid. Okay, but I think you would say KD, right? That's strange. What? No, it's not Kid, it's... And I should call my killer by his name. You ask, though. Never mind. Anyways, no harm done, like I said earlier, right? I mean, look, I got killed too, stuck in this stupid ass body. So his name ended up really being Kid, look. Kid? Okay, Kid. He flaps closer to you, using his beak to pick at your forehead as if to make a point with his comments. Well, I might have pulled you along because we died at the same time. Whatever. Wait, why am I explaining shit to an NPC? You are not even real. His confusion could be considered comical if not for the situation you are both in. Besides, you are just an NPC. I was actually, in my mind, I was going to say, when we talked about it, I was going to say an NPC, but then I was like, an NPC? Because you start with the consonant. And I was like, why do we actually say it like that? Do you know why you say it like that? Because it starts with a consonant. Why do we actually say it an? Like, I have like these, I always have like these English questions formulating in my mind. Yeah, but now I was thinking about that, even when I said it, and I even corrected myself. I was like, an NPC, and I was like, no, it's a NPC. And I was like, no, it's not sounding right. But why do you say it like that? It's not a vowel. It's an N. Yeah, it's strange. Whatever. Let's continue. Besides, you're just an NPC. It doesn't matter anyways. I'm not an NPC. That's what you NPCs always say. He scoffs dismissively. NPCs, characters, AIs, who cares? They aren't real anyways. They are just puppets of the author who made them. You are insane. How do I know you're not an NPC then? Because I have main character energy, duh, and I can actually, think. He's putting his glasses on. Sunglasses. You slowly blink, taking in his tiny bird form, your expression morphing into doubt. There's too much ego in that punny body of yours. Punny body. Whatever helps you sleep better at night. Whatever helps you sleep better at night, the audacity of your own murderer. This choice will set your attitude towards the world and how you interact with it. It makes you livid. Actually, it doesn't make you feel anything at all. It doesn't. Background set, this is just a dream. Note, some of the background specific choices might be locked. Okay. It's obvious that the entire situation is either an agonal dream or a lucid one. It doesn't even feel real to begin with. The bird, likewise, is only a fragment of your imagination. Though you feel a dull pain when you pinch your cheek, it doesn't disprove your theory. There are dreams that are tangible, dreams that feel endless but last only a moment. You can write it out, so to speak, until it's time for you to wake. Since you can't recall the features of the last person you saw before death, it's his voice that followed you here, more or less actually. Especially when he what? He killed you, right? He did, he did, but now that you try to remember what happened, it eludes you, like second-hand knowledge rather than a first-hand experience. What? The bird huffs, catching your stare. You almost think to ignore him. He's not real after all, but he's your sole company, imaginary or not. Might as well entertain the creation of your mind. So what's going on? Why did you kill me? What? You can still remember that? You'll forget soon enough. GM doesn't want his puppets running around traumatized. Now that he mentioned that, your last moments are getting a little fuzzy. He stabbed you, right? Yes, he had a knife with him, but that's all you can recall now. Why me? You just got unlucky. If he could properly shrug, he would. For a moment, he seems to forget you're even here, complaining under his breath. Fucking GM, doing whatever he fucking wants. Piece of shit. GM, is that who ordered it? Huh? He blinks at you, confused, when you bring him back to Earth. Recognition floods his voice. Oh yeah, and it was supposed to be an easy task too, like all the usuals, but I never died at the end of any of them. Until now? Until now. He hasn't spoken to me since I woke up either. Don't know where he's at. 4 tears drip around his eyes as he pulls a single wing out of your grip. He bats at his face. Well, fuck him, look. My handsome face, gone. Do you know how tragic this is? You, handsome. I've been told that I am very handsome. Your parents don't count. Yes, they do. In protest, he starts pecking at your hand, which you retaliate by pressing your thumb down on his head to make him stop. Knock it off and explain why you decide to kill random people. He huffs out a sigh, slightly morose. He promised to send me home when I finished killing 100 NPCs. You were the 99th, but you're here alive and well. If you get any funny ideas, you threaten, wanting to be clear that you're not dying a second time. I'm not being able to give a really good, as I usually say, a good intonation to this because I'm very confused in here. Yes, I'm kind of following, but at the same time being very confused about it. Yes, I won't do anything. I mean, with what hands, right? If birds could roll their eyes, you're sure kid would. Home. Where is your home? Somewhere, not here, that's for sure. Worry about yourself. Speaking of, your clothes look too old. Last season's fashion, probably? Too old? Have you ever taken a look at yourself? Gee, if only there was a mirror around. As if you'll need one, but I'll describe your appearance in exchange for any jewelry and gems you got. Though the tone is pointed, there's a hint of excitement in it. Oh, fantastic. What did you expect from a thug? He's after the jewels. You wouldn't put it past him to purloin them off your cold corpse, if such an occasion arises. It's prime time to assess what you do have, just so you can keep track around sticky wings. Lifting your arm, you tug at the fabric underneath the blankets, which lengthens as you stretch out further. Though there are many layers, they are considerably thinner than you'll expected. Thick lace gathers at your collar, while puffy sleeves hang on your shoulders. There's not much on the dress itself, gems or otherwise. But the hat, why have jewelry when that's there? Sometimes the English in here is kind of confusing to me too, so I think it's also that. And I don't think it's the thing is that it's not written. It's just it's confusing for me sometimes, the way they put the words and the phrases in here. It's just that. Though you're just noticing the earrings, brushing your face, shaking along with your movement. Thick silk gloves wrap your arms in a cage of folds. One of your wrists feels more constricted than the other. Upon scrutiny, you find a folded fan attached to it via a soft string of lace. Like, upon scrutiny, do you understand? Like the English in here is kind of like, okay, sure, you know, like, okay. Like, I understand it. It's just, once again, it's kind of like I usually say, they try to give it more like a lyricism or something, and it's just, it comes out kind of like awkward for me. Silently, you inspect the area where you got stabbed thoroughly. There's no blood, no wound to be found. Though Kid thinks you're enamored with the pretty design of the... And once again, enamored with the pretty design. Nodding to himself. It is cool, it's just like... Okay, you have like this lyricism going on here. Not bad, huh? A bit gaudy, but it'll turn heads, that's for sure. He says, then hums, puzzled. Weird for a supposed baroness. They sent you away with only a box of gold. Ah, no need to check. I already assessed the contents. So you are not only a murderer, but a thief too, trying to steal my shit? It's not even yours, and I don't try, I do. Besides, if not me, then it'll be someone else. Asshole. You spit. Hit lacing the insult, Kid merely attempts a shrug. I've been called worse. That you can believe. Steal my jewels, and I'll make sure you have none left. You snarl, pointedly staring at his lower half. Oh, too late. Excuse me? Sensing the oncoming tirade, you shake your head at the expletives. Like these words in here. The expletives, Kid's spewing. Okay, I'm seeing it. I'm going to have like a really hard time with this one though, because of these words in here. It's like I know what they mean. It's just like, why do you need to put like this type of words in here? I don't know. Okay, deciding instead to fidget with one of the... Because you have like the swearing, and then you have like these words in here too, you know, like, okay. Deciding instead to fidget with one of the earrings, tracing its shape with your gloved finger, your mind wandering briefly. So some choices are locked due to your previous decisions. It's all real, isn't it? What an insane situation, this can't be real. Bah, then what is it? Fever dream? Nah, it's real, I'll know. As real as a novel can be anyway. A novel? What are you on about? I can't explain it in any way that won't make your little AI brain spin. But the world itself is real, just the people here aren't. Bullshit, it's either a dream or an afterlife, and you don't look like an angel to me. What would you know, stupid NPC? God, there's no point talking to you. You wouldn't understand either way. And just like that, the conversation dies off. Filling the newfound silence with more objections concerning the state of his body, the bird reverts to treating you like air. Yeah, good luck with that, buddy. Hey, where are you? Where are we? You have eyeballs, don't you? Look outside. He flies out of your hands, settling on the seat across from you. You grumble to yourself, searching for the door handle, pulling when you find it. A wasteland of snow greets you, blinding you and sending a chill through your frame. The landscape moves steadily as you poke your head out to see a bit of the carriage you're traveling on, which appears to be made of smooth gold without any fancy adornments nor engravings. Up ahead, an obscured figure drives the carriage pulled by dark-colored horses. Taking another once over at the scenery, you find more snow and mountains and the forest of trees. Oh, there's the sun. Son of a... shut the damn door. Startling, you comply with the rude directive, leaning back into your seat the moment you close the door. When I said look outside, I meant look out the fucking window. Yeah, I was kind of like thinking the same. Why did she felt like the need to open the door to look outside? I mean, you have the window. What? I mean, if you were like inside of a train, would you try to open a door in there too? To look outside? I don't know. Oh god. Should have been more specific. Kid grounds. Grab those blankets off the floor and toss one to me. Who died and made you the boss? Me, obviously. I'm in a better position than you, knowledge-wise. I should bury and suffocate you with a blanket. Bad NPC, bad. He appears nervous when you shoot him a withering glare. Satisfied, you bend over to pick up thick blankets made of heavy animal fur. Shivering from the chilly temperature, you yank one over yourself. It's cozy, engulfing you in much-needed warmth. As an afterthought, you throw the other one at Keith, smug when his tiny body is cogged under it. The only responses he gives are muffled protesting and rapid movements underneath the blanket. You don't hear anything clearly until Kid pops his head out, heaving breaths. I almost died in a fluffy hell. Oops. You shrug nonchalantly. Seriously, go fuck yourself. He throws the comment tiredly, snuggling further into the fur material, his sides pudging out. That's not supposed to be cute. Ignoring that disturbing line of thought, you focus on gathering more information. So, where are we? And don't say look outside. Huh? He replies in a daze after forgetting that you exist once again. Oh, the northern lands, you saw it earlier, right? And let them cold in. You nod, effortlessly being gracious enough to ignore his snide remark. Was pretty, wasn't it? By the way, you're on a trip to see your future husband. Congratulations. The change in topics almost gives you a whiplash. What? To whom? The scary, cold-hearted Duke of the North, more beast than man, whose name is Duke North. His name is Duke North? God. He says exasperately while mumbling this and that about plot and but it was so good. And you're the evil villainess, the infamous... Huh? What did he say? Like, for me, remember that I told you, like, it doesn't make sense to me when you say it like that. Like, what did he say? For me, to keep like this verb in the present, it would make no sense because he already said it. So for me, it would be what did he said. Like, it doesn't make sense to me the way in English you put things, because for me it's like it was already said. So why should I say what did he say? Like he's continuing to say it or something, or he's saying it now. It's not. He already said it. Yeah, it makes a lot of confusion in my mind because in my own language it's not like that. When it's an action that it ended already, it already ended, the person already said it, it's past. I cannot continue saying like he say. You cannot say that. No. Your ears are ringing. I'm sorry, repeat that. You got wax in your ears or something? Fine, I said. Yeah, you said, right? Fine, I said you're the evil villainess, the infamous. They are ringing again. Why? Hey, hey! Ow, why the fuck did you peck me? You went to Cuckooland there for a while and weren't saying anything. Did you even hear what I said? At your dazed look, Kid sighs heavily. From the top, you are the evil villainess and Duke North, the lucky chap who gets to have you as his future wife. But you are not the OG, original villainess, so I guess you're the only one suffering? Damn, GM sure loves misplacing puppets, moving them around, and messing up the plot. Yeah, I already understood GM in here implies the author or something of this plot, kind of like that. And from what I understand, Kid is also not a real person either. He's just, supposedly he was just a main character. Okay. And she was supposed to be an NPC. Yeah. Kid then gets Kid 2 then gets a light bulb moment. The plot, oh duh. All you need to do is to follow the plot, then you'll be back in your own story once you fulfill your predestined role. And what's that role supposed to be? Easy, marry the Duke of the North. The scene is determined by your previous choices. Okay. You laugh out marriage villainess, and here most people dream about flying. You can't quite control the dream, so until you do, you're stuck in the predestined scenario. It's fine though, it's not like any dire consequences could happen to you. You can have some fun in the meantime. After a while, it's kind of messy in your head when you're reading and there's this constant passage behind. Yeah, it's kind of messy in your head because you're reading and there's a continuous moving the back. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? I'm not seducing anyone, just so we are clear. What about my poor body? You look better now than you ever did. I'm sure it's an upgrade. You little... Besides, you want me to seduce a man I've never seen? What if he's ugly? Ah, he's a duke, the original male lead's evil half-brother. Of course he has to be handsome. I'm not trusting your judgment on that, mama's boy. Wait and see then, dumbass. You'll change your mind. Not very likely. That's what they all say. Kid freezes, still as can be. His eyes glaze over, unresponsive to your attempts at making contact. Kid, are you there? Hey, say something. Boo, got you. Anyways, I got a message. Please refrain from hurting me. It's important, I promise. This carriage ride sure is taking a while. If you have to listen to one more of those important bits of his, you'll have an actual cadaver in here. Oh, we got some hearts in there. What is that? I got a message from GM. It's a weird one. Says you have to seduce the Duke and make him fall in love with you. Slightly different than the just marry him and go, but it's the same thing. Kinda. Yeah, that's weird. Bah, you don't even know why it's weird. Double weird for you. You could explain. But why though? Because the newest message is meant for me, so I should get some info. Kid makes a sound equivalent to a vacuum clogged with crumbs. His look screaming, what a pain in the butt. Yes. Okay, so GM only gives me murdery tasks, but it's the first time I told an NPC what he wanted them to do. Would you stop with that? He blatantly ignores your comment, continuing on. Well, you're going to marry him anyways, living at the manor together. He yawns. Been there, done that. You married a duke and lived at his manor before? No. Well, you said... I meant that I've seen this trope before. Wait, why do you know all of this? Where I get some sources isn't important. You need me. Yes, I do, but it dawns on you where Kid would have gotten his information from. You read romance novels, don't you? Absolutely not. I have no idea what you're talking about. They say that the guilty denies immediately. That's bullshit. Moving on. We need a game plan. If GM's giving you this task, then more reasons why I should help you. So once again, it's locked. I just have to make him fall in love with me, right? Why do I have to seduce him? You do it. No way. You said you're handsome enough. Do it yourself, bird boy. GM said it has to be you. And I'm saying seduce him yourself. I'm not doing it. You stupid NPC, you don't have a choice. Or what? You'll... Shh, hold on. Kid hisses, staring fixedly through the window. Here he comes. Who, GM? No, dumbass, look. Look where? Shortly after, the carriage comes to an abrupt stop and the question answers itself. When the door opens, a large gauntleted hand enters your peripheral, palm up, clearly waiting to help you out. Glancing at Kid offers you no comfort nor guidance aside from a whispered threat. Don't fuck this up. Whatever, you won't let a bird tell you what to do. Though you keep your touch light, when you accept the offered hand, it spasms, fingers curling and uncurling just as fast. Nonetheless, a light pool follows, and you have no choice but to step out of the carriage. The fresh air stings your skin, smelling overwhelmingly of frost and pine trees. But there's another odor, that of blood coming off the man in front of you. His head is lowered, wavy fringe cascading over his brow. Careful now. The distance between you and the paved road proves to be larger than expected. Even with assistance, it's a struggle to keep your balance until you're safely on the ground. Yes, thank you. Too well dressed for an aide, you can assume he's the host, your fiancé. Yeah, and his chest is kind of like showing. It's like this really cold winter, and he's just like dressed like this, with his chest like totally open for us to take a peek at. Okay, I can even see nipples in there. Oh, but now in the sprite you cannot see it. Okay, fine. Don't mention it. The emotionless voice matches his expression. Even his half bow is stiff, hands tucked neatly behind his back. A half-fledged reflex forces you to curtsy back. It's as though your body has moved on its own. It makes you frown. He frowns back, and for a breath, you both stand here wordlessly before a clanging sound alarms you. I think it's also not always. Sorry. I think it's also the fact that I needed a little bit more of opacity in here for me to be actually okay with the reading, because like the size of the font is great for me because I like when it's large like this. I'm sorry, just give me 1 second. Sorry, it's the allergies. Yeah, but sometimes I have a little bit of difficulty reading, and I think it's because I needed a little bit more of opacity in here. So he frowns back, and for a breath, you both stand here wordlessly before a clanking sound alarms you. Behind the man looms a row of similarly dressed knights, with one of them placed slightly at the forefront. His seated weapon is taller than you. How lovely. Next to the guard stands a few servants clad in thick, black shawls with a fur lining that obscure their faces and protect them from the cold. They all bow at once, perfectly coordinated. It looks more like a funeral procession than a warm welcome. Your expression undoubtedly matches the majority of the assembly. Save for a red-haired man drawing closer to your host's side, the curled-up lips peeking from behind a shawl seem almost menacingly joyful. Welcome to the Northern Lands, my lady. I am Duke's advisor, Roy Vane Varley. Yeah, I think this is the guy that you might date on the second game that I still don't know if it's full released already or if it's still going on. I need to check that. I'm not certain. The redhead speaks first. His tone is cheerful and sweet, almost to an uncomfortable degree. He bows before you so low and with so much flourish that it seems more mocking than polite. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, he says, voice dripping with honey. Positioned as he is, you almost miss him digging his elbow into Duke's side, prompting him to speak. A pleasure. Likewise. Roy lets out a faint laugh, hiding his mouth behind the back of his hand. I've extended my congratulations in the letter, but please allow me to do it in person. I just hope your stay with us lasts longer than that of the previous brides-to-be. That depends. Oh, so they already had other wives-to-be, apparently. Curious. Oh, pray tell. On many factors, naturally, life is unpredictable, isn't it? Roy grins, wolf-like and intense. It sure is. Feeling the change in atmosphere, Duke clears his throat, throwing his advisor a blank look. Blank for you, Roy seems to read it without an issue. He extends his arm, but before you can decide whether to accept it, a glimpse of yellow in your peripherals steal your attention away from him. It's like the bird again. That bastard of a bird is trying to sneak out, flapping his fat wings as quietly as he can, which is not at all. With a swift motion, you grab the bird in both hands, squishing it in warning. My lady? Excuse this wayward pet of mine. His name is Dunce? Did he say like that? Dunce? As you can imagine, he's not very smart. A pet? How lovely. I'm afraid we weren't informed of your love for animals, or that you'll be bringing your adorable darling along. Well, scrunching up the bird's again, to keep him from speaking, you transform the unfinished noise into something resembling a chirp. I picked him up from a gutter, you see. I don't think his previous owner liked him very much. My, what a big heart you have. Anyone would have done it. Delightful, you are as beautiful as you are kind. Roy. For the first time since your introduction, an emotion other than complete apathy graces Duke's face. His tone, too, is rather sharp, waddled enough. When he addresses you, his voice softens, though not by much. You must be cold. Oh, a little. Oh dear, you should have said something. Then if you please. The line of guards and servants parts to allow you your entrance, Though none of them look directly at you as you pass, you can feel the hostility in their stance. Are they expecting you to act like a rabid dog? The only weapon you've ever held in your hands was a baseball bat. You couldn't pose a threat even if you wanted to. Roy walks ahead while Duke struts by your side, more like a shadow than a real person, eyes fixed ahead. If they weren't already introduced, you'll assume Roy was the owner of the manor. He certainly talks like it, babbling on about interior design as he guides you upstairs. The wooden clocks are recent inventions marvelously adorning our hallways. Blah blah blah, something about a priceless painting from the previous century. He talks enough for 5 people. Maybe that's why Duke's so unused to speaking. The manor does look more like a museum than a home, large, dark, decluttered, empty. The open windows in the corridor make the already gelid building feel like the Arctic zone. This is your room. After coming to a halt, Roy points at a door that looks like all the other doors on this floor, sturdy and adorned. Duke opens it for you but doesn't follow you in, neither does Roy. I hope you find it satisfactory. It feels much warmer than the rest of the manor, so that's already a plus. I'm aware our manor is deficient in many areas compared to your home, no less, but I trust that you'll find it in your heart to accept us, lack of grandeur and all. Is that a note of ridicule, your ear masked behind that for chagrin? The manor looks perfectly fine. Roy blinks at that, taken aback, so is Duke. If you say so. Now, Duke's room is connected to yours via an annex. I left the key on your nightstand in case of any nightly emergencies, so to speak. Oh my god. Roy? Pardon me, I went ahead of myself. It is such a joyous occasion, is it not? We've all been more than excited. Alas, our servants will bring the rest of your luggage, your baggage shortly. It's been a long way, hasn't it? He smiles again, commiserating, then inclines his head in what you take as dismissal. Please get some rest. All right. Oh, and welcome home. Welcome. Duke mumbles just as the door closes. Thanks, I guess. Shouldering the weight of the entire journey and what came before it, you slump against the wall, breathing in and out for a long while. When you feel less shaky, you stumble towards the large bed. The thick, warm covers are summoning you, and you want nothing more than to shed the coldness that seeped into your bones. Shouldn't you look through that? Oh right, you're not alone. Lamenting internally at the temporary pause in your journey to warmth, you answer him. Look through what? That goodie on the floor. Staring in the direction he's pointing at, you find a single suitcase. A servant must have brought it into the room before your arrival. Again with the stealing. Have you seen Duke? You think Mr. Barebones has any valuables on him? Where under that boring cape of his, please. Now, that advisor of his, however, he sure is a peacock. Are you crazy? What if they accuse me for the shit you do? Have you seen the fucking weapons they have? Your knife had nothing on them. Better you than me. Oh, I'm supposed to help you. Yeah, so keep your kleptomaniac wings to yourself. Keith maturely replies with a mocking impression of you, hands, wings, gestures, and all. So, Ignoring the idiot, you bend down to snap the suitcase open. Instead of riches or treasures, you find the barest of necessities. No memorabilia, no spare accessories, just a change of clothes and undergarments. Okay, you say accessories, right? Keep saying it in that way. I already told you why. It's because this word is very close to the way we say it, so I do not give the right emphasis to the right syllable in here. That's why. During your inspection of a dress, a letter flutters from underneath the folds. A dry ink stain covers a smudged out name. Bah, boring. Wait, open it, open. What if it's some land deed? Turning the letter around, you see a plain red wax seal, the flap underneath partially opened. You read the contents. I'll treasure our last meeting dearly. I hope you'll remember every moment as well as I do, and that my advice will be of use. Your dear friend. No signature. How mysterious. Well, whoever it was is shit out luck. What a piss poor friend you turned out to be, huh? That's cryptic. Any idea what it means? Aren't you the romance novel expert? I never said that I read romance novels. Sure, you don't. Whatever, just put it back. Must be important at least. A knock at the door forces you to pause with the letter held in mid-air. Like a child who's about to get caught with a hand in the cookie jar, Kid rushes you in a harsh whisper. Hurry up, hide it already. Why? It's just a letter. It looks sus. Just do it. Fine. Putting the letter back where you found it, you shut the suitcase and kick it under the bed, the metal hinges scraping noisily against the floor. Is everything all right, my lady? A woman's voice rings out, muffled through the door. She sounds sweet, though audible concerned. I'm all right. May I come in? It's probably like the maid. Oh, sure thing. Sure thing. What are you, a peasant? You're the villainess. Act like one. Act like what? A school bully? Ah, whatever. You may enter. At your order, a maid enters, grating as she does. The maroon locks that peek from under her hood bounce as she straightens back from a bow. A bow. As promised by Raw, she delivers the rest of your luggage, a small chest of gold and another suitcase. Why do you have like these freaking words that are written in the same way, but they have different meanings? Why do you do this, people? Why? Even with her face obscured, she looks as plain as they come. My name is Cassandra. I am here to serve you, my lady. I shall be in your care then. Though you're sure you sound rather brusque in your awkwardness, the maid positively beams at you. So this is what it's like serving someone with great status. You mean you haven't before? You served the Duke, though, don't you? No, my lady, I myself have just arrived. I've been personally selected by the court to serve you to the best of my abilities. Seeing that, she gives you a knowing smile that you can comprehend. Lord Advisor Roy presumed you'll be more comfortable with someone who is also new here. He did? Roy, huh? He's awfully chummy with the servants, or is that the norm here? Noticing your surprise, Cassandra explains. Forgive me, it's only that Roy dislikes strict etiquette. He's such a kind man, is he not? Yes, kind. Is there another Roy in the manor, or... Despite my short stay here, I've committed the manor and its grounds to memory, so that I may best serve you, my lady. And if you're worried about my commendations, I have been personally selected to tend to you by the Queen herself. The Queen? Yes, Her Majesty holds you in a very high regard. That's quite an honor. Of course. Now, do you require my assistance, or should I begin preparing your bath? You must be exhausted. Yes, but no need. I would like to do it privately. Oh, of course. Then I wish you a restful evening, my lady. What is she trying to imply? That she's going to take the bath alone? How? She needs water coming from another place, you know? What? Is she, like, still thinking about she's in, like, the 21st century or something? Probably. I don't know. With that, she's gone, leaving you alone in the room. Well, almost alone. Oh fuck, I didn't know how fucking hard it is pretending to be a bird. All you have to do is be quiet. You try being a bird then. Or you can learn how to shut the fuck up regardless of whether or not you're a bird. Pot calling the kettle black. This scene is determined by your background choice. Okay, you... Hold on. Are you seriously arguing with an imaginary bird? Shaking your head, you ignore the bird until he takes the hint and scurries to the corner of the room. Finally, peace and quiet. Foregoing the bed, you take a closer look at the room, partitioned into two areas by the curtains. The main part is larger, with a wardrobe and plenty of space by the door. The study, though smaller, leads to what looks like a balcony. You can't imagine it being used often, if at all. Aside from furniture, your assigned room is pretty bare. The wardrobe and desk hold no valuables either, courtesy of kids' eager research. Speaking of, you catch the bird fiddling with the latches of the newly brought suitcase. He freezes nervously. Oops. Immediately, you throw a shoe at him. The projectile makes contact, sending him a distance away. Thief. Ignoring the painted grounds and the usual expletives, you check if there's really anything worth stealing in the suitcase. It's a book, something. It contains a worn-out but luxurious gown, an empty journal, a quill, and an ink pot. Turns out, not really. That's it? They really sent you away with just the clothes on your back? Damn. I know, right? Damn, you're still alive. He opens his beak to argue, but speeds behind the curtain the moment you grab your other shoe. Satisfied to have him gone, you put the suitcase on top of the previous one under the bed. Okay, that's done. A yawn escapes you mid-speech. Your mind is wide awake, but the body you possess seems to be on the verge of exhaustion. So you feel as though you might drift off the second your body hits the mattress. Regardless, you doubt you'll be able to fall asleep. It's kind of like, these type of choices are kind of like, I don't know what to say about them, because I mean, you might think this and you end up just drifting off anyway. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So many times you feel like you're anxious and you feel like, oh, I'm not going to sleep, and then you end up like completely, you know, dozing off. So I don't know, you feel as though, so do I want to feel like I'm anxious, or do I want to feel like, oh, it's fine? Maybe I'll be anxious, I don't know. Regardless, you doubt you will be able to fall asleep. Even when you finally bury yourself in the heat of the blankets, restlessness plagues you for long, long hours. Eventually, your weary eyelids close without any input from you. Your consciousness fades away to the sound of a bird's claws scraping at the wood. Yeah, this is what I was saying. Like, you might be feeling anxious about it, but that doesn't mean you're not going to doze off. It's just, there's a moment between wakefulness and dreaming that has you expecting to the dreaded buzz of an alarm clock. It never comes. The only sound that reaches your ears is a haunting wail of windstorm and a rustle of sheets when you push yourself upwards. You're still here. It doesn't seem like you're going to wake up anytime soon, huh? Brushing the sleep out of your eyes, you leave the warmth of the bed, sliding your bare feet into satin-like slippers that someone prepared for you in advance. A quick glance around the room tells you that you're alone, no maids, no birds, and certainly no dukes to be seen around here. On the nightstand to your right, there's the key Roy tried to tease you with. Why should I ignore? Okay, there's nothing more than I can do, just ignore. You instead focus on the bed, the basin filled with fresh water nearby. It's still warm when you plunge your hands into it. Yeah, most people, because you didn't live a life like this. But in the old days, you would have like this basin where you would put like fresh water to like wash, usually to wash your face, and I wouldn't say like to wash your whole body. It was more like to wash your face and like your neck, and you could even do your armpits too, and like your arms and chest, kind of like that. Okay, like in the morning. Nowadays we have access to water, okay, all the time. But in the old days, and when I was a kid, we didn't have water. Yes, I am that old. It's not that I am just like that old, it's because I grew up in a place where it was a rural countryside kind of like area, and we didn't, most of the times we would have like power outrages, water, we didn't actually had a lot of water. We would have to go to the fountain to get the water. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So you need to see things. Sometimes I think it's hard for people to connect things to an older age, because they didn't pass by nothing like that. And that's why I was saying, when she was like talking about the bath, I was like, do you think what the water is going to just magically appear in there? No, it was not like that. You would have to go to the fountain to get water, then you would have to boil the water, and this was a process that needed to be done several times, because the most you could bring was like 2 buckles of water. So yeah, it was a process that you would have to do like a lot of times until the bathtub was kind of full. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? It was not like so. Of course, in here, she would need the maid to do it, it's... But for us, it's kind of like hard to imagine, because we are so comfortable in our lives in terms of like we have access to everything, okay? And we tend to not think about those things. But it was like that. It was really like that. And the idea of taking a bath, it was something also that... unless you were like a noble, you didn't have access to be like taking a bath every day like we have nowadays, okay? It was not something that was like that easy to have access. Next to the toiletries, your servant left you a bell with a note asking you to use it if you need to call for her. You disregard it for now in favor of a quick wash down with a linen cloth. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. You use it like a linen cloth, and you would like wash it like yourself like that. And it was basically like the parts that you can see in here. It was basically the parts that you were like able to wash yourself, okay? Aside from the entrance, your room has 2 additional doors, the bathroom and the annex, you presume. Yes, you could wash yourself down there with the linen cloth too. Yes, I'm not going to say no to that. But you would do it in a more private way, okay? You rather not check which is which. It only because they both could end up being communal. Not that it matters much if a bunch of imaginary people can see you in negligee. Negligee, I don't know, maybe you do use this word in your own English language. It's like the lingerie kind of thing, okay? It's a French word. Once you're ready, you call for Cassandra, but minutes pass and she doesn't show up. Maybe the characters have changed, even if the setting of the dream did not. That leaves you having to dress up on your own, which wouldn't be a problem if your outfit choices didn't consist of elaborate dresses with more layers than reason. So, apparently we went there with just the dress that we were dressing, but we have choices. Maybe they had like dresses for us in there. Okay. Do we have this one? This feels like a robe or something. Okay, this is very pretty. Okay. And this is all we have. I quite like this one. This one is pretty, but it feels more like we are going to a party or something, you know. This is more modest, and it's cold in here. I think I like the idea of being more modest. And it's also cold in this place, so I think I'm going with this one. Taking it off was much easier than putting it on, even if you pick the simplest of the gowns. Your outside shoes are nowhere to be found, so you content yourself with the slippers, wrapping one of the smaller blankets over your shoulders for warmth. Behind the window, this snowstorm is raging on. There's not a soul outside, just miles upon miles of white. You are stranded in the manor for however long your dream might last. Since your appointed room lacks any enrichment, you are better off looking for it elsewhere. The building seemed vast. There should be plenty of nooks and crannies for you to discover. Now, where to go first? What is this? Does this mean that I'll get a heart? Maybe it's like a hint or something. So nowhere you stay in the room, just outside in the corridor, then see where your feet carry you. They should have a library here, right? Or an office with books. Let's check the entrance now that there's no crowd camping at it. I don't know if this is a hint, so let's take the hint. Because it could be a hint because this is the demo, and maybe they want you to take the hint. I don't know. Yeah, maybe that's the idea. I don't know. If you're going to be residing here for a while, you might as well try memorizing the layout of the manor, starting from the immediate surroundings. The corridor outside of your room is unremarkable, much like the one further down. Tall windows on one side, narrow balcony behind it, and a neat line of paintings on the other wall. A couple of flower pots arranged by the turning point give off a sweet lemony scent. Other than that, there's no one else even remotely alive in the hallway. Just as you consider turning back, a clack, clack, clack of fast and loud footsteps echoes from around the corner. In a blink, you stand face to face with none other than the Duke. He's dressed in a fur overcoat with specks of fresh snow melting away on the strands. I think I'm getting the asthma thing again. And I think it happens. I've been noticing that it happens a lot more when I'm like in here talking and talking and talking. Basically reading. And sometimes I get like this situation of the asthma of like not being able to breathe for a bit. The towering man makes an almost comical startled expression that quickly sets into his customary frown. In his arms, that he rapidly hides behind his back, is another smaller coat made from the same material. Good morning. Oh, so it is still morning. Hard to say with all that snow falling. Yes, good morning. You answer belatedly, and a few beats of silence pass before either of you speaks again. Where is your coat? Now, that's a good question. You didn't see your shoes anywhere in your room, so you can suspect the coat is elsewhere too. I don't really need it. I'm not going outside. Oh. Scrunching his nose, he studies you wordlessly, only to hand you the overgarment he's been hiding behind him. You should wear this instead. Regular outwear isn't recommended for the harsh weather here. Here. Accept, sure. Taking the gift, you run your hand through the fur. It's thick but softer than any fabric you've ever felt in real life. Thank you, that's ice muskox wool and steelmane fox pelt. They are both extinct as of last year, but there are still a few bolts remaining within the duchy. If they are extinct, that means the materials alone have to be worth a fortune, and still he used it to commission a coat for a fiancé he didn't even want. I apologize if it's too simple. I didn't have your size beforehand, and I had to assume the length. Hold on, you made it for me? I just sew it. The weaver did most of the work. Oh, cool. From the pinched expression, it seems he expects to be berated rather than thanked. Thank you. Duke's cheeks flush in response to your words. His usual regal composure falters slightly as he shifts from one foot to the other. It's just a coat that you personally made for me. Figures, a hot guy makes you a coat from a beast he hunted. There's no way this is not a dream. He looks proud of himself too, like a puppy waiting for a pet, but unsure if he's earned it. To show your appreciation, you quickly put it on, finding that it fits you surprisingly well. The fur, though thick, is also very light, and the coat doesn't hinder your movements. It's wonderful. I love it. Flamox. I do not know this word though. Flamoxid. Flamoxid. This is a verb that I do not know. Flamoxid at first. Never saw it. That's what I mean. Duke observes you through half-lidded eyelids, as though waiting for that gotcha moment. When he realizes that you're not making fun of him, his entire body sags. It's really nothing. More relaxed now, Duke helps you lace and button up the front, smiling slightly as he does so. His movements are a bit stiff, and his hands never touch you directly. You can't help but grin back, another thing that comes to him as a surprise. Encouraged, if dazed, by the reception, Duke reaches towards his belt. I have something else for you. More, but I haven't prepared anything for you. Nor should you. I am the one who will take care of you. But what if I do want to give you something? For now, please accept this. Pulling out a fist-sized leather satchel, Duke holds it before you as an offering. careful, it's heavy. Heavy and warm, the moment you take the satchel off him, a pleasant heat runs through your entire body, warming you up from the top of your head all the way down to your toes. Forgive me for my tardiness, I had hoped to have it assembled before your arrival. So keep. A heating crystal, yes, we deploy them to fool the forges, but I thought it can be of use here as well. Was one of these used to keep the bed warm? Yes, was it? Was it not to your liking? What did kids say? An evil duke? He looks more like a puppy than the beast he supposedly is. No, it's perfect. The blankets alone would have sufficed. You didn't have to go to such lengths for me. I thought that if... He cuts himself off abruptly, almost angrily. Yes? Shaking his head, he gives you a thin, somber smile. I hope it will make your stay in the duchy even a little less tedious. Tedious? Is he joking? Living in a huge mansion, rent-free, with a maid and no job? Tedious? Your ass, it's like hitting the jackpot. What do you mean? He snorts at that, not ridiculing, but disbelieving. I'm aware of the state of the duchy. I also know that you didn't wish to come here. There are a few places worse than... He cuts himself off, gaze lowered. I want you to know that there's nothing I require of you. Besides marrying you? He winces, and you regret speaking at all. I mean, you don't really want to marry a stranger either, do you? It doesn't matter what I want, he says calmly, without a hint of emotion behind his words. I am the Duke. You are also a person, which should be obvious, but it seems it isn't for him. At first he looks at you as though you're speaking a different language, but then he breathes out a laugh. You must have heard the rumors about me. The slander about your cold heart and beastly demeanor. Slander? He repeats, the corner of his lips hooking up. I've yet to see any truth to the gossip. You shrug with one arm, shaking the satchel in your grasp to prove your point. Do you not find me intimidating? On the contrary, I find you rather charming. Huffing out a breath, Duke turns away from you, suddenly interested in one of the paintings. Now I know you don't mean that. This scene is determined. Okay, I do. And what's so charming about me? His pose is confrontational when he faces you again, even though his voice remains perfectly placid. Nothing. Something in his fiery eyes looks almost hopeful, begging you to contradict him. Do you know the most deadly beast of the north? Let me guess, you? Is that what people say? When he doesn't respond, you press on. Do they even know you? Duke's mouth, that was just now opening in argument, slaps shut. Half of the kingdom would kill to be with you or be you, if only because you are handsome. The sound that escapes Duke's throat is a blend of a cough and a whistle. His only alabaster skin looks more like a brick. What about you? Am I living up to the stories? Slowly Duke shakes his head, speaking with some reluctance. I know rumors are rarely to be trusted, but I have to admit that your sweetness surprises me, my lady. Wow. So he does have some Reese? I think it's Reese. You could say we are destined for each other. Destined. A villainess and an evil duke. We make quite the pair. That we do. I must ask, though, is your name really Duke? One of them, yes, my mother. Though he stops himself mid-sentence as if by reflex, it appears he isn't reluctant to talk about it. Perhaps he's just not used to sharing his thoughts. My mother enjoyed making jokes, most often at another's expense. She sounds like a wisecracker. She was, as far as I can remember. Was a wrong topic. Abort. What about your other name? You said one of them? Duke's smile, which has already started to dim, becomes a stern grimace. The sadness in his eyes morphs into anger. The other name was given to me by someone whose opinion no longer matters to me. He can keep his name and his legacy to himself. I don't need it. Understandable? A movement from the staircase breaks the awkward pause. Duke follows the direction of your eyes, eventually joining to take in the newcomer fully. Cassandra's refined posture takes a tumble when she notices Duke. Hunching into herself, she keeps her eyes fixed on his shoes. I beg your pardon, my lord. A faint tremble can be heard when she speaks. I'm sorry to interrupt, but dinner is ready. So, what? Because he said good morning, and now she came in here and like, dinner is ready? What? Okay. Her mien is neutral and to the point. There's nothing left of the cheerful and bubbly girl that chatted you up in your room. Lifting her head lightly, she notices that both of you are wearing overgarments. May I take your coats, or should I send the butler? You can take them. He looks to you for confirmation, helping you undress once you nod in agreement. He then folds both of your coats neatly and hands them to the maid. Should I guide the lady to the annex? That won't be necessary. I will escort the lady myself. Then, as if remembering himself, he glances at you. Unless you'd rather go with her? No, I'm fine. All right, then I will lead the way. The annex, like the rest of the manor, is dimly lit, but offers a full view of a hothouse garden sprawling outside. The room has a fresh, pleasant scent due to the myriad of plants decorating one of the corners. The table is set with only 3 chairs, one at the head and 2 on each side. You are placed on the left in the seat reserved for the spouse, while Roy takes the spot on the right. Filling the last remaining spot, Duke signals the maids to bring the meal. The smell of grilled vegetables and a savory sauce makes your mouth water. Roy doesn't even wait for the plates to touch the tablecloth before he starts yapping. At least there's food and drinks to help stomach the conversation. How do you find your new life, my lady? Peaceful, I assume, compared to the capital's bustle? You must miss your parties and soirées, don't you? Why do you miss yours? Seemingly anticipating the jibe, Roy's smile doesn't even flicker. Though your guess is correct, and I am indeed from the capital, I must ask as to why you take me for an Epicurean. I think you also know what it is that entails. You have the presence of, how to say, rumor-mongering, mean girl energy, two-faced asshole nicely. A social butterfly. I'll take that as a compliment. as it was intended? Alas, my inquiry stands. Seeing as I've only been here for a day, isn't that question overtly fast? Then your room, at least. I trust you had a pleasant night. Then I did, thank you. You are lying, sorry. You are lying through your teeth, of course, barely able to get a wink of sleep from the tumultuous thoughts you had. Roy's surprise is more covered this time, but it's clear that he expected a different answer. That's so. Well, our Duke went to great lengths to ensure... Roy. I am glad you enjoy the sound of my name so much, my lord, but the lady might misunderstand. Abandoning his cutlery to massage his temples, Duke gives you a half apologetic, half resigned look. There's no winning with him, is there? Sadly no, believe me, I tried. You've been suffering? Terribly. Roy's clownery makes Duke chatty. Who would have thought? It seems the advisor does have his uses. I see how it is, not yet married, but already ganging up on me. A true union indeed. Speaking of, my lady, what do you think of Duke? Roy. Ignore me then. That would be easy to do so long as he keeps his mouth shut. Which he doesn't, of course. What do you think of me? Roy. I jest. Unless... I swear to... All right, the medics did say you should mind your blood pressure. Casting his gaze skyward, Duke twists in his chair to face you more fully. Please forgive his excitement, he's an only child. I can tell he's very tenacious. Not to mention attention-starved. My lady's instincts are right. I don't let go of something I consider mine, nor am I easily sated by. Should you be concerned with that second comment? Roy, should I send you to bed without dessert for you to behave? Hiding a snort behind a napkin, you ignore Roy's head shifting from Duke to you, then back again. I think you might have to, my lord. With disobedient children, there's no other choice but to be strict. If I am a child in your estimation, my lady, then marrying Duke will make you a cradle robber. I am 5 years older than you. 4.5, but who's counting, really? Who's counting indeed? When you laugh again, Roy sends you a triumphant glance. Admit it, Duke. If nothing else, I do liven up to the atmosphere. Just look at the lady. That you do, I suppose. Duke concurs with a sigh. Though his face is sad, there are twinkles of mirth dancing in his eyes. They dim right away when a group of servants comes into the annex, serving the dishes quickly and courtly, making sure not to look in Duke's direction. Some of them are hardly breathing, and when they approach the head of the table, their hands visibly shake. The smidgen of relaxation that was unfolding in Duke absconds, and by the time the servants are gone, you all proceed with the meal in tense silence. I'm going to eat the soup. The food is exquisite. Sorry that I'm like coughing into the microphone, but I need because I have to. Full of flavor and various spices, your meal companions glance at you as you eat, gauging your appraisal. Your enthusiasm has to be showing though, because once again Roy appears nonplussed. Duke, on the other hand, seems gladdened by it. A polite knock announces the arrival of another servant, one of the maids this time. Zofia, okay. Sophia, there you are. Did you bring what I asked you? Of course, imported rosé wine as per your request. Seemingly unaware of the changes in Duke's mood and completely ignorant of Sophia's rigidness, Roy continues to chatter animatedly. Oh my god, the words in here sometimes. Wonderful, I so missed good wine. Not that our original snowberry liqueur isn't delicious, mind you. There's nothing wrong with the script in here. It's just me not being a native. Sometimes I feel like a bit overwhelmed with certain phrases and certain words, you know, it's, well. He says, waving at Sophia to pour the drink into 3 crystal goblets, starting with Duke. When she does yours next, Roy taps on his, almost impatient, focused not on the liquid filling up your drinkware, but the actual container itself. Like your drinkware. Do you understand? Like the way they put like the words in here. He stops when you make it obvious that you're watching him. Wiping the irritation clean off his face, the downward tug of his frown reverts into a polite smile. It will go well with today's stew and the roasted chestnuts our chef made for dessert. Assuming that you're allowed to stay at the table that long. You mutter, locking eyes with the host. There's really nothing better than liquor to make the company of a child tolerable to us adults. Isn't that so, my lord? You add in a mock whisper, coaxing a tiny smile from Duke. Tolerable, my dear lady, you underestimate the impact of my charm. She really doesn't seem to like him at all. I don't know, like, this gives us like that sensation. And I know he has his ways, but I think it's very clear that she doesn't like him. Which is different in the other game, right? Confidence is a great trait to have, even in overabundance. Snorting into the wine he's been attempting to sip, Duke attempts to cover up his reaction with a cough or two. Sophia's face seems stuck in disbelief even as she exits the room, hastily dismissed by Roy. Finally, the future spouse wakes from his silence. Roy exclaims once the annex is free of staff. Or rather, he awakens to the charms of our lovely lady. Roy, I assure you, I was never asleep to begin with. Hoo-hoo. Roy places an open palm on the left side of his chest. And here I thought you didn't believe in love at first sight. Swallowing half of the goblet's content in one gulp, Duke places the drink back on the table. There is really nothing you won't say, is there? The main role of an advisor is to speak, Duke. When appropriate, and when is a conversation more appropriate than during a private meal with a soon-to-be family member? To avoid answering, Duke takes a spoonful of his stew. You follow suit, finishing your meal in accompaniment of Roy's whining and unanswered one-liners. I really feel like the sentences in here. For you, it's totally fine. If you're a native, it's totally fine. It's just for me, they feel more... do you have this word? Robust? Do you have it? I don't know if you have it. Let me check it. Okay, you say far-fetched, is it? Mannered? Yeah, probably, yeah, mannered. Mannered. I think that's the word that I'm trying to find, yes. They just feel like that for me. Do you understand? Like that. Whenever your eyes meet Duke's as a result of Roy's monologues, you find it harder and harder to bite back a grin. I can see when I am not needed. Roy says at the same time, bored with swirling the cutlery around his bowl. I shall leave the two lovebirds to themselves. Roy. Now, my lord, my lady. After getting to his feet, he bows, this time almost sincerely, if not for all the teasing in his tone. Seizing his goblet, he rises it in a toast, clearly expecting you both to join him. Duke, long-suffering and easily coaxiable, indulges him, and so you decide to give in as well. Anything to get rid of Roy, right? To your health. He raises his goblet to his lips, tips his head back, and empties it. Enjoy your meal. As Roy excuses himself, Duke finishes his own wine, immediately reaching for the bottle to refill his goblet. Since neither of them so much as blinked, you surmise the beverage can't be too heavy. Drink and get drunk. Sure. It's not when you drink your share at a tangy yet fruity taste fills your mouth. The wine is light, but the effect it has on you is instantaneous. My lady, are you well? Never better. And it's true, you've never felt so open, so lightheaded, and after just a few sips of wine too. Is the body you are borrowing a lightweight? What's in it? Excuse me? The wine. Duke blinks at you, confusion plain on his face. Let me check. The large bottle is chilled to the touch, heavy too, with how full it is. When you give it a cautionary sniff, you don't smell anything off, other than the fermented fruit. The label. Do you actually think that during those times you actually had labels? The label. With the ingredients and all of it, right? Let us think like that. Yeah, sure. Yeah, this is a good one. Okay, the label says. There's no label. You'll have to taste it once again. Yeah, girl. I mean, what? Why did you expect that there was a label in there? Why? Where's my cup? Here it is. My lady. Huh? It's only Duke's careful hand on the bottle that makes you realize that you've been overfilling your goblet. Oops. Leaning in, you slurp down the wine to keep it from spilling until you can't drink anymore without having to tilt your goblet. Which you do. As soon as your drinking glass is empty, you refill it once more, this time remembering to offer some to Duke as well. You know, this is like what? The third game that we play in here, and the women that are like this, best like in these types of eras, and the ladies always end up like having like this thing for the alcohol. I don't know why. Sure. When you look up from your successful task, you notice him frowning. My lady, I don't think when you scrunch your face like that, you look like a cat from a meme I saw. He doesn't even know what that is. A cat from a what? You're kinda cute. Duke, pink-faced and wide-eyed, looks at you with his mouth hanging open. I don't think we should drink any more of this. You are right, regardless, you reach for your goblet anyway. Humor me, my lord. The party don't start till I walk in. Oh my god, what am I going to choose in here? What type of consequences am I going to get be choosing. Okay, I want this one, but at the same time, I don't know in what position it's going to put me. Humor me, my lord. Another drink or two shouldn't be a problem, yes? Trying to seem as put together as you can appear, you nod towards your goblet with an urging glance that speaks the unspoken. Go on. Duke searches your face. Whatever he's determined inwardly, it leads him to pouring himself a drink, lifting up the drinkware when he's finished. Forgetting yourself, you unabashedly grin at the compliance, mimicking his action. His harsh features soften, and an amused smile brightens his countenance. A toast to you. Likewise. The Duke takes only a single gulp. You down your whole goblet in one go. The taste is addicting, but the fuzziness in your head only encourages you to drink more, not stop. At the continued lightness of a flurry of giggles escapes you. Damn, why are you so fine, Duke? Rendered thoroughly inebriated, your formality flies out the window. Duke's blush comes back with a vengeance, spreading down to his neck this time. At the sight, you tilt your head in thought, wobbling slightly. Whoopsie, can't call you that yet. To yourself, you giggle once again, trying to whisper but failing. Duke to Duke. As Duke focuses on the previous sentence, your comment goes unheard or ignored. Why not? Before he could stop himself, the question was already out. Eager, aren't you? But nah, too soon, not married yet. But we shall be wedded. You raise up your goblet suddenly, ignoring the bright red apple that is the Duke. Another? Again, I don't think... Please, just one more. You slurp, failing to keep your words steady. All right. He agrees after clearing his throat. A noise of happiness resounds when you cheer. Okay, one more. Oh, I couldn't read it. Because she got drunk. Okay, that's why. Probably. When the darkness clears from your eyes, it's replaced by the sight of your new room ceiling spinning slightly. The day is still young, or is it early? Shit, what was in that wine? You've mixed plenty of booze during your college days, but nothing hit you half as hard. Then again, if they used to put actual coke in... Oh wait, do you have like in cola, right? Yeah, you say it in another way. You say cola. Oh yeah, that's it. You say cola. So this is actually like another, I always come up with these like really strange and weird things to tell you about like differences between things in here and in America. So we do not say it in like this anymore, but like when I was a teenager, we used to call it the Coke. We used to call it Coca. And I noticed when I went to the US that you say cola, okay? And coca for you kind of like reminds you or cocaine, so you do not use it like that. You say cola. And in here, we do not say cola because cola for us means glue. So you see, you have like these differences, and it was like very funny. But yeah, I know you say cola, right, when you're talking about it. You wouldn't be surprised if the wine was spiked. It takes you 3 tries to lift yourself onto your elbows. Each time you move, a stab of pain splits your skull apart. Fucking hell. Turning to the side, you mumble through a Sahara dry throat as another drum of headache beats mercilessly at your temple. Oh no, we don't say coca anymore. We don't. It was like, I think it was when I was a teenager we used to call it like that. We just say the whole thing nowadays. It's like you say the whole thing, Coca-Cola. You know, it's just you just say it like that. But when I was a teenager, many people would just say like Coca. And when I went to the US, it was kind of funny because you would say cola, which would make sense to you. Cola for us, though, it means glue. So yeah, that's why we do not use it like that. Propping yourself on something hard, you blink as the light hits your eyes directly. Hold on, hard? Okay. Oh. Okay, thanks for playing till the end of the demo, you silly NPC. Psst, curious on what more these schmucks are doing? Okay, best bet, Tumblr. And look, more links. Okay, maybe something cool. With that and all, Kid is out. Peace. Yeah, it was okay. Okay, and I mean, it was good. It was a bit hard for me, like though sometimes, like the way that I would just. There is no issue with it. It's just when I'm streaming, I am reading it very raw for you. Like I'm just. It would be easier for me to first like read internally, read it, and then like read it out loud. But you know that everything that I do in here is very like reading in a very raw manner, and then sometimes things do not come out in the best way. And I'm like thinking, should we do the demo for Roy too? I am just concerned that if I do the Roy one, we might end up finding some kind of like a spoiler. Do you understand? That's my thing. Would I find some kind of a spoiler if I did Roy's demo? And I do not know. Let me see if I have like something in here. Yeah, I do not know. Maybe we'll try it. What do you say? Yeah, let's try it. Maybe I'm hoping to be just like 1 hour or 2 or something. And we'll see it. So, as you saw, there was no major scene in here because this is just a demo. But keep in mind, this is, if you actually buy the game, this is a game for a major audience. You are going to have scenes in here, okay? And that's it. I'm going to leave the links in the description, probably for itch.io and Steam too, for both of them. And yeah, maybe we'll try to do Roy's one next. What do you think? I think it's kind of like okay. So I see you in some minutes. Thank you very much.